I always tell people, so often we're disconnected like head from body, where it's like, oh, I have all these stress thoughts. Oh, I have all this stuff that I know I should be doing and whatever, right? And then my body can feel some kind of way. Like I might be fighting a cold. I might be sore. I might be tired. I might, not be able to take care of my hygiene. I just feel overwhelmed by everything. So there's this disconnect between ourselves often. And if we can take just a minute to check in, I do a lot of DBT or dialectical behavior therapy with my patients, and the one of the tools in it is called like this white light. Now, it can sound woo woo, you can hate it, that's fine. It's essentially a check-in, imagining a little circular light going down through your body, and just take a beat to be like, how does my head feel? Do I have a headache? Is my ponytail too tight? When did I last wash my hair? Huh, okay. How's my face? How am I feeling? Are my teeth, did I brush my teeth today? It sounds so silly and so simple, but just having that check-in and that idea that you check on the things that are in that light as you imagine it moving through your body, how are you doing? And so I think that that's obviously something we can all do, costs us nothing, maybe takes 5-10 minutes. But then there's a greater piece that I truly believe anyone who's caring for someone else, and I'm throwing mothers, fathers into that, should have a therapist, should have their own therapy. I know it's not always cost effective. I know it can be hard to find someone that's the right fit, but there are things like Talkspace, BetterHelp. There's some other ways to get connected, maybe group therapy. I always encourage, if it's available, like if you find someone wonderful like Dr. E, it's great to know that they have like a group. Maybe I don't know if you guys run family groups, but it can be really empowering and really validating to hear from other people that you're not alone. That's like, why Al-Anon is so effective for those family members of alcoholics, right? You go and you hear from other people going through the same kind of thing. And I think that can be a great space, a great thing to invest time in. And obviously I know it can cost more money, but that could be self-care as well. I mean, I could go on and on. There's so many
No,
things that
I
can
think this is great. I mean, I love the check-in. I love it. That feeling. Sometimes I do something similar with families. I'll say I kind of think of it as clouds. You have the really bright, sunny clouds. You have the darker clouds. Like when you have a feeling, check into that feeling. What is your body feeling? What are you feeling? What cloud is over you? And it's temporary. It's going to move. And coming up with a list of what helps you like feel like if you're feeling down, a big thing for our families, our caregivers is just they feel depressed and they feel helpless. So what can you do to change that? What do you enjoy? And
Yeah.
having a list of these go-tos so that when I'm feeling a certain way, calling a friend, listening to music, doing some meditation, like you were saying, what is like almost the opposite of that feeling, putting on music and dancing in the bathroom as you're getting dressed in the morning or I mean, there's just so many things, but that like self-awareness, you brought up, what they need. And a big part of our population is the support. Many of our families feel so, so alone. They're often the only people they know that has a child or a teen or an adult that in their lives that has selective mutism. Even though it's not rare, it's very misunderstood. So one of
Mhm.
the biggest things that we do is communicamp. We do offer support groups, kind of hour-long support groups for different ages and things like that. But communicamp for us is an all-day parent education and support. So one of the ways that we help them feel cared for is educating them, because once they have that education and understanding, it's a huge relief. And we see that change, Katie, over the course of a day. It's a 3+ day program, but we see it, the evolution of their facial expressions, their body language, their ability to connect with others. And in addition to that, the support. So communa support, like we offer this support through lunches. So we do a lot of that in addition to our regular. So for us, that education and support and feeling less helpless, that there is hope, and giving these people hope. So the self-care and the hope that they need to feel. And I'm sure you see this with all these different disorders that you talk about and the listeners and followers. I mean, I'm just amazed with, how many people follow you in terms of like they value what you say. So you probably have dealt with this 1,010 times.
It's just the human condition, right? We need connection. We need other people going through it. We need to be reminded we're not alone. That's such a I don't think we talk enough about how vital that is, because feeling like an island is terrible. And then the hopelessness will creep in and the helplessness, and so that's great that you do that. I think that's really powerful and really important. And I encourage everybody out there, if you haven't looked into things offered in your area, or even getting into Facebook groups online. A ton of my viewers find that incredible because you can get really niche. You think you're the only person that does, you're not. Don't worry, you'll find a group.
That sense of connection and that bond that experience, they experience. I often describe it as if you're in an airplane and, there's a lot of turbulence or something's happening and you're taught from the flight attendants in the beginning to when the oxygen mask comes down, put it on yourself first. So in order to truly help their child, the individual in their life struggling, you need to take care of yourself. And I would say the majority of people I see just don't. They are so ingrained in this process and they don't. So that oxygen mask coming on them first, giving them that oxygen to give them that fuel and a needed oxygen to continue. I love that analogy, Katie.
It's a great analogy.